Good afternoon, class. Welcome all to the Summer 1 BIO211 class, Biotechnology and Society. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Shiraz Mujtaba. I am a professor in the Department of Biology at Medgar Evers College, which is one of the colleges within CUNY system. And this is Summer 1. I am your instructor for this class of BIO211. Briefly about myself, I did my PhD in the area of molecular biology and immunology in the field of HIV and AIDS. And after doing my PhD, I did my postdoctoral training in the area of epigenetics and gene regulation in the models of HIV and cancer control. During my research, postdoctoral research, I discovered a couple of mechanisms that are responsible for activation of HIV in HIV positive or AIDS individuals. Then also I characterized some of the mechanisms for epigenetic regulation in viruses. And after doing my postdoctoral training and publishing a few papers, important papers, I got a faculty position at Mount Sinai School of Medicine, and then I was there for many, many years, and I moved to CUNY, Medgar Evers College in 2014. And since then, I am, at Medgar's, I'm doing teaching, research, administrative work, and BIO211, I'm teaching since 2014, from the spring of 2013, I believe. I'm teaching biotech and society almost every semester, and also during winter and summer sessions. So that's my brief introduction. With that brief introduction, I move on to syllabus. So let me just try to a little bit zoom in so that, yeah. So this is BIO211, Biotechnology and Society, ONF, and the number for this summer is 10,510. So although this is my description, but we are meeting asynchronously, online, virtually. Otherwise, my office is in AB1 building. If you have gone on the campus, then AB1 building, that is 1638 Bedford Avenue. My office is located in 4th floor, and number is 403D. My office phone number is 718-270-6191. But since this class is asynchronous, I expect that you would first try to attend office hours. And if not, then you will contact me via email. So this is my email address, smujtaba@mech.cuny.edu. Remember, this is summer session, which goes very high, very fast. So, and there are 35 students in this class. Welcome all. But make sure when you are emailing me, in the subject line, make sure you put BIO211 Summer 1. Otherwise, I get many emails during the day, and if the information is not complete, it will be a guessing thing for me to find out who this person is. And I keep getting about emails regarding this course all the time, because I also happen to be the coordinator for this course. But in summertime, it is different. So my office hours are from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., which is most critical for asynchronous semester. And I'm meeting with you every day, Monday to Thursday. The summer semester is mainly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days a week. And we meet asynchronously virtually between 12:30 to 1:30. I will be posting all the lectures early in the morning, right? Maybe around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Lectures and the assignments and what is needed for that day. So be on top of these things. Blackboard becomes a major, crucial interface between me and you, and so keep track of Blackboard announcements and everything. So this is the Zoom link, and I believe I see that 20 students out of 35 students are present now. So this is the Zoom link that you can copy paste on your browser, and then you could access my meeting, access this meeting or office hours. So just now we are I believe optimistically that we are at the tail end of COVID-19, and you see that COVID-19 impacted the whole world, and because of technology, there was a vaccine, and that vaccine was globally provided, right? So there was a crisis, COVID-19 epidemic that became pandemic, that's still continuing. And then society suffered because of that. People suffered economically, socially, by many means. So, and then the answer to this catastrophe was a vaccine. Despite vaccine, the infection continues to happen. That's because viruses have a unique ability to mutate within human system, and it tricks our body. So you need more technology, more. So the point I'm making right in the beginning, that technology affects society in both ways. It could be a discussion, but in this case, it is positive, because let's say contact tracing, right? Contact tracing quickly informs people about the rate of infection in that area, in that country, so that they can take decisions, right? So so in many ways, technology affects society. People who took vaccines, scientific literature suggests that they are less susceptible to infection. Even if they get infected, then also they could have mild symptoms. And like myself, I got infected right in the first week of pandemic, on let's say on March 23rd of 2020. And then I was sick for a few, I think many weeks. Then the vaccine came within an year, booster came, the second booster came, and then I got infected again a few months back when things were opening. So I had very mild symptoms. I'm talking about myself. So perhaps vaccines helped me. So the point through this example I'm making, what I'm trying to make you convince you that technology affects society. And now there is a dynamic relationship between technological development and social response, right? So now, so that's why this is a biology class, which is named as Biotechnology and Society. So when technology marries with biology, it becomes biotechnology. And biology deals with life. So of course, biotechnology will deal with life, society. And society doesn't mean a localized society, it could be globally. Climate change, it could occur because of loss of forest plants, because of more urbanization. that could affect society, right? So once again, I take this opportunity to remind you that, and remind myself also, because last semester, which was spring semester, I taught this class in person, and now in summer, I'm teaching this class asynchronous virtually. So we have to demonstrate a lot of flexibility, and the goal is to succeed, right? I succeed because you succeed. And so we are in this semester at this together. And the key thing about summer or winter session is that it goes very fast. This is already June, first week of June gone, right? It just feels like that we started this year and half the year is, almost on the way of, you there. And by the time we finish this course, we are into 7th month. So time is going to fly, and you have to stay on top of this course, because because given the commitment towards this course that I have towards you, I have to fulfill all the goals, right? Otherwise, I will not be doing my job as a professor or instructor, and that will not look good at me. So stay on top of this course on daily basis, right? So let's look at what's the course overview. The course overview is that we take simple concepts. So the course overview, I could explain here that fundamental concepts can be developed into a product, right? And this product could affect health, life, and diseases, right? So the fundamental concepts are very similar, whether it's humans, plants, right, or animals. And the basic genetic material in all of us is DNA, right? And DNA has those codes, those instructions, those imprinted, clues, cues through which a cell becomes functional. And there are many kinds of cells in our body, right from neuron to memory cells to bone cells to epithelial cells. There are many cells. So the fundamental concepts of biology, its understanding is very critical, because without its understanding, we cannot develop methodology to cure diseases. Same thing goes with plants and animals. So we, in this ecosystem, we are very dynamic. We interact with them knowingly or unknowingly, directly or indirectly. Now, there are small organisms like bacteria and viruses. They all coexist with us, and they all try to take advantage with us. And when they try to take advantages by getting into our body, we get sick. And interestingly, these fundamental concepts, which are equally important for plants and animals and human beings, same fundamentals are used by bacteria and viruses so that they can thrive in our body. So if we don't understand this concept, how can we develop antibiotics or new generation antivirals, right? If there are antiviral medicines for COVID, then we don't need to get boosters. When we get booster, we get injected our arm pains, right? Body pain, that could be, flu-like symptoms. But if we get a medicine, if we get a capsule for COVID-19, then our life is much better, right? So that's a continued pursuit for scientific development that depends upon scientific development. So that's the description of this course. This course has huge implications. So the goal is to make you aware of the fundamental concepts and then show you or teach you how these fundamental concepts have been developed into a mode of therapy. So what are the course objectives? The course objective is to first is discuss the definition of biotechnology, the history and fundamentals of modern biotechnology. This first objective, I'll keep reminding you, but briefly, um, when biology and technology, they come together to address problems of this universe, this planet, right? By developing some product, by taking some steps, then it becomes biotechnology. What is the history of biotechnology? So if you ask me, and we can differ in this, I feel that one of the first profession that human civilization had was one of the first profession was, to go to, find food, right? And the second was agriculture, because, initially human civilization used to travel from one place to the another in search of food. But at some point of time, when human civilization grew and they thought at that point of time that they cannot travel more from one place to another, they tried to settle down. And they thought of settling down near the river because they needed a permanent supply of water. And when they came close contact with soil, with earth for growing food or plants, they had to depend upon cattle, sheep, goat, cow, horses. So at that point of time, when humans came close contact with soil animals, it is then when I believe that humans became susceptible to various microorganisms. Right? If you see the origin of COVID-19, we don't know the origin yet, but we know that this was transmission from bat to human being, to humans. So in those times, the diseases that were present in humans were like plague, or plague was there, anthrax were there, right? Because these were that could be passed on either from soil or from animals. So so and as civilization grew, there are various modes of medications also came. Ancient Chinese medications, right? Ancient Egyptian medications and treatment. So 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 the history of, of of biotechnology is difficult to pinpoint, but it started as human civilization came. The second is fermentation, right? In those times, humans did not have refrigerator in their home. So they used to keep food outside, and then these food items could get fermented. And that fermentation technology today is the basis for making big industries for beverages, wines, alcohol, beers, right? Fermentation technology, dairy technology, right? For making various dairy product, we need fermented milk. So fermentation, agriculture, food, cooking, they were the earliest profession, right? So I will keep touching on this, the definition of biotechnology, the history, the fundamentals of modern biotechnology, right? So fundamentals of modern technology, modern biotechnology is scientific growth, scientific knowledge, social participation, right? Um, COVID-19 spread like fire. The vaccines were ready in. It took many decades to make the vaccines for polio or smallpox. But you see that the vaccines for COVID-19 was ready within 1 year. The flu vaccines come every season, right? Because these viruses, they mutate. Under immune pressure, they change their nucleotides. So fundamentals of modern biotechnology is dependent upon the fundamentals of biology. The goal is to benefit the society, but this is not so simple because it involves work, idea, planning, labor, dollar, profit, and that makes things a little bit competitive, complicated. One has to protect their ideas so that nobody else get advantage of their ideas. All these things, I'll touch upon these as we make progress in this course. The second course objective is demonstrate the knowledge of basic biology of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, before scientists, they started looking at eukaryotic cells, they were studying bacteria. Bacteria were easy to grow, easy to see under the microscope. So much of the biological concepts, biological information, it came from bacteria. Later, as microscopes developed, they could look into the nucleus, they could look into the cell walls, various organelles, that scientists started looking at eukaryotic cells. So we will go into, in chapter 2, we will go into the details of prokaryotic cells. And before going into these prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells, we will learn about biomolecules. Right? So the fundamental unit of our body is a single cell. That single cell, for it to function, it needs molecular support. And these molecules are major four: proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. And also, in addition to that, you need vitamins, cofactors, but they are the four macromolecules that assist our cells, which is the fundamental building block of a human body. So in the chapter 1, we will learn about atoms, how atoms form molecules, how molecules form macromolecules, and how these macromolecules do their function. The functions provided by protein cannot be done by carbohydrate. Similarly, fat cannot replace nucleic acid. So these biomolecules are very unique for our cells to survive. Objective number 3 is to discuss and identify the basic principle and common terms and techniques for recombinant DNA technology. So after these first two objectives that we learn from chapter 1 to chapter 4, we enter into the applied aspect of biology. And one of the well-known applied aspect of biology is recombinant DNA technology, where DNA from two species are fused with the help of reagents and tools. And the idea is to accelerate the production of a product such as vaccine, such as food, so that it can alleviate human diseases. You could alleviate scarcity of food. Right? Now, and in addition to these technology, many things depend upon the current economy. Right? Despite you have technology, economy has to be solid to support the distribution of technology from home to home. Then fourth, we discussed about the recent advances in modern biotechnology and its impact on a human, patients, normal human being, as well as future. How these models hold promises for future. It's possible that 20 years from now, we may not be taking Tylenol or Motrin or Aleve or other medications. The medications could become more different. So all those newer medications that will come after 50 years will be based upon very different knowledge. And those knowledge we are gathering at this moment. Why I say at this moment? Because human genome has been sequenced. Initially, scientists used to work on one protein. Now scientists can learn about thousands of protein. How? Because of data science, because of bioinformatics. So all these things are merging at a common point to, to, to fill in the gaps, to make the knowledge available to industries, to scientists, so that they can develop modalities that would improve human health. And we see the improvement. If the cancer is diagnosed at a right stage, it could be cured. It depends, right? It's a very complex disease. But still, the belief is that if the cancer is diagnosed at a very early stage, the chances for a person to survive is very, very high. And there are newer medications. So that was point number 4, demonstrate knowledge of positive impacts on society, biotechnology. I believe that a technology can affect many ways. It depends how much you use it, how much we are dependent upon it, right? For example, cell phones, right? If we use cell phones in a in a right way, then it is good. But cell phones can be, it could be used for sending messages, sending uh, you know uh, you know mm, many people have personal information, hacking. So these are digital area of digital forensics, right? 50 years back, crime used to be done on at a home or on the streets or in a particular city. But now, because of virtual world, digital world, crime is also being done. For example, hacking of bank account, sending some kind of messages which can affect somebody. So we have moved from just forensic to gather evidence to catch the wrong person. Now we are moving towards digital forensics, right? So technology can affect in many ways, positive and negative. Right? So this class is not about debating positive and negative. It's about gaining knowledge. Right? Discuss the main issues related to technology. As I mentioned to you that technology is dependent upon ideas, and ideas come from knowledge. The person who has the idea, his or her idea should be protected. It's a competitive world. So technology comes directly under the magnifying lens of federal regulations, so that one doesn't step over the discovery, invention of other people, of other person. So there are rules and regulations that will protect the discovery, the invention. So that was 6th. 7th is demonstrate understanding and ability to identify and evaluate current issues of bio. So this 7th, we keep discussing in every class or in office hours. Class, when I use the word class, in asynchronous system, we have only office hours. There is no formal meeting like we meet in person or in synchronous setting. So all the teaching activities, all the learning activities will be provided to you in the beginning of the day, and then there will be office hours between 12:30 to 1:30 where you can ask questions, or if you want me to repeat something. So I see some questions in the chat area, so let me see if there are any questions. Sure. Yeah, so that's who wants to start WhatsApp. That's not for me. So that was the course objective. Yes, we meet every day between 12:30 to 1:30. That's my office hours. That's not really the class timing. The class timings are given whether when the classes are in person on campus or synchronous. This is an asynchronous class. 12:30 to 1:30 is my office hours. So I'll come back to this. So let's go into the grading thing. So homework and assignments becomes very important for asynchronous system. So every day there will be homework and assignments. Either you call homework or assignments, it is more or less same. And that contributes to 25%. It becomes very important in asynchronous setting particularly. Right? So make sure that you're on top of submitting, and there will be deadlines, right? There are 35 students in the class. We have to follow a routine. If a assignment, let's say your introduction on the discussion board is due on June 8th by 11:59, it should be submitted. And if somebody doesn't submit, then you lose the point. So deadlines are very critical, especially in summer and winter session, which are quickly. And we have 35 students in this class. So I want to have this class run very efficiently. So these homework and assignments, they carry a major point, 25%. So, but there's a deadline. Discussion board, which indicates class participation, it's 15%. So some questions will be posted in the discussion board almost every day or alternate day. Make sure you answer those questions or provide your perspectives. Right? At the end of the day, every activity counts. Right? So together, homework and discussion board, they compose almost 40%. That's significant. Quizzes are 15%. There will be initially for 4 or 5 chapters, there will be quizzes for every chapters. Essentially, the first 3 chapters or first 4 chapters, they're big and they're very important. So you will have quizzes on each of those chapters, right? Then we might have quizzes after alternate days or after 2 days. The first 5 chapters are very important. Then we have midterms. Everything, the quizzes and will be announced, but assume that for first 5 chapters, you will have quizzes every alternate day, and that will be announced. The quizzes, midterm, and the final exam, they all will be multiple choice questions. The exams or the quizzes will be open to you from 7 a.m. until end of the day, that is 11:59 p.m. Right? So all these quizzes, midterm and final exam, all of these assessments will be available to you from 7 a.m. in the morning to 11:59 p.m. If you're not able to take a quiz or test, then you should provide me the reason and the evidence supporting that reason. All right. So this is the grading scale. Um, A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus, C, there's no C minus. And then you have, so 97 and above, A plus, 93, between 93 and 97, A, so on and so forth. So you can go through this. All these are very consistent with the CUNY policies. And I believe that almost all the syllabus will have the same grading criteria. Now, please note that what I write here week, I will change it. It will be day 1 and day 2. So these week 1 and week 2 or week 3, they are meant for semester system. So I'm going to edit this and post a new edited syllabus. But week will transform into days, and right. So I will edit this syllabus and I'll update the Blackboard. So there are 15 to 16 weeks or 15 to 16 days, right? So starting from tomorrow, we'll start the chapter 1, which is on biomolecules. So a typical day would be in the morning, you will get the recording of this chapter, you will get the assignment, and you will get the deadline for submitting the assignment. As I mentioned to you, you will get questions or some kind of activity for discussion board almost every day or alternate days. Now, with this, I finish my session on syllabus. If you have any question, then please ask. Yes.
Yes, sir. Saba, right?
Okay. Go ahead.
Professor.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the assignments will be on Blackboard. Will be on Blackboard.
Yes. So all the assignments will be. So think that I am going to communicate to you the lectures, the recording, the assignments, all through Blackboard. Blackboard is the most important thing, that is an interface between you and me. Okay. And all the assignments that you submit are required handwritten, and you submit on the Blackboard.
Okay. I'm maybe a differently able student in case I'm taking exams, midterms, and finals, and quizzes too.
So you have to come through Dr. Pfeiffer's office. Anthony Pfeiffer's, contact him as early as possible. This is again summer semester. So yes, yeah, you need to contact. So Professor Anthony Pfeiffer office will give you a form that I need to. Second?
Accommodation form. That's Nelson's there too.
Yeah. So contact him and then we work together. So I work with Professor Pfeiffer's office all the time. There's no.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Are there any questions? And lastly, one more thing, when you're communicating with me via email, in the subject line, please mention Summer 1, BIO211. I get tons of email, and we have 35 students. I may not know each one of the name that yes, I get a lot of mails which are not useful for me. So make sure I definitely check email once or twice in the day. I try to respond to each email that comes from a student. But do me a favor, in the subject line, mention that you are BIO211, Summer 1 student. Okay. Yes, somebody is raising his hand. Alexandra Pierre.
Good afternoon, Professor. I have a question. Are the office hours required? Because I do work during the day, so sometimes I may not be available.
Yeah. So in that situation, what you can do, if I'm going to post all the class activities every day, but let's say if you want to meet with me, right? Then you send me an email, and then we schedule the appointment.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
Yeah. But make sure when you email me, you in the subject line make it very clear. Otherwise, I will get lost.
Okay, will do.
So I just want to repeat this point. That was a very important question. What if you are working between 12:30 and 1:30, and that's my office hours? So you want to meet with me, talk to me one-to-one, then you need to send me an email that, Professor, I'm working at this time, I cannot make myself available. Then I coordinate with you to fix a time, and then we talk and resolve your issue. Any other questions? So if there are no questions, then we could end this meeting. So you all have a nice day and enjoy the semester, and let me know how I can be more helpful to you. Okay, so bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, Professor. But one question, even if I have to go, even if I have to go, is the first assignment going to be written as a paragraph, or is it going to be like a sentence?
So read the question, right? Depending upon the expectation of the question, you will come to know whether it can be answered in one line or you need a couple of lines. So you can answer as many lines as possible.
Okay, but can
Right?
it be a paragraph?
It could be a paragraph. It depends how much you want to take time to address that question.
Okay. Okay.
Right? There's some questions which are short answers, some is descriptive. You'll get a sense that how much I need to write optimally to answer the question.
Mm.
So you'll get a
Okay.
sense when you read that question, how much you should put effort to communicate back the right answer to that question.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So you have to
Okay.
balance yourself, right?
Balance. Right. Right. All right. It's just, I remember now the office hours is from 12:30 to 1:30, so I was sure. All right. Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
I think we students have to meet again tomorrow, or maybe we'll visit the office hours.
It's, once again, my office hours are from 12:30 to 1:30, Mondays to Thursday. It depends when you want to meet me. You
Okay.
could come tomorrow, you could come day after tomorrow, you could come any day.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Welcome. But get in touch with Mr. Pfeiffer, okay?
And Nelson. Okay, I'll get in touch with them. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, bye.